Good evening. Well, it's 8:30 Atlantic time, 8:30 p.m. A new time for our moth check. Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for being here. Hi, Ginger. There's Kim. Good evening, Kim. Nice to see you. Chloe and JB. Good evening to you. Just thought I'd show you the moon first, since there isn't much to look at on the moth sheet. Of course, the camera won't focus. It is a nice night. It's calm. It's clear. But unfortunately, it's chilly. We're down to 56 Fahrenheit now. Hi, Ryan. You've got that right. Whenever you see the moon, it means not many moths. Leonard Poxon. What a pleasure to see you. Glad you could join us, Leonard. Well, we'll turn around and show you the moth sheet. Unfortunately, there's really nothing going on. I've been checking pretty regularly since about 7:30, and there really hasn't been anything here. Just a few caddisflies. Hi, Ronnie. Glad you could make it. Sorry, I don't have much to show you. I think this will just be a brief look. As I mentioned earlier, the temperature is already down to 56 Fahrenheit. That's just a bit too chilly. A little later in the fall, 56 degrees is okay because we have some late moths that come out that are adapted to cooler temperatures. So 56 degrees 2 weeks from now, we'll probably see a lot more moths than we do right now. There's Dan and Descanso. Hi, Dan. Great to see you. Gosh, a lot of people I'm going to have to disappoint tonight. I'm sorry, there's so little here. Rosy maple, well, that would be nice. But at this point, I'd take just any moth. Hey, Morales, thanks so much for joining us. I've had to cancel the stream at the last minute so many times recently that I just said, to heck with it, even if there are no moths tonight, I'm going to start the stream and show people why I've been canceling so much. Of course, we've always been doing the stream 2 hours later than this, and at this time of the year, that just means it's even colder. That's a caddisfly that just landed there on the fluorescent light. So I thought it was time to move the stream ahead, hoping that we would get warmer temperatures if we did it at 8:30 local time instead of 10:30. And there's actually some promising weather later in the week. We have some daytime highs going up to the mid-20s Celsius, whatever that is. Mid-20s is like 80 degrees or something like that. and even the overnight lows are not going down too low. For example, like tonight, I think it's supposed to go down to 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. And later in the week, the overnight lows are 16 or 17. So we have a pretty good chance, I think, later in the week. Meanwhile, yeah, 20 Celsius is 60. Yeah, I see that we were buffering there. I hope it's okay now. Okay, Alyssa? I'll turn the light on. We'll take a look at whatever's on the sheet. I think it's just caddisflies. And the buffering may be caused by the fact that I still have the regular daytime stream going. I think there are a couple of raccoons on the table right now. They've cleared the table pretty well. What they didn't clear, I took off. But you can still watch the raccoons if you'd like. I'll keep that stream going probably another 45 minutes. Well, there's a moth. Not sure what it is. See, it's quivering its wings, so it's probably going to fly in a moment. Maybe we'll get a better look at it if it comes out of the light fixture here and sits on the sheet. I don't recognize the pattern right away. Interesting. It's still fluttering around up here. I'll just leave it alone for a moment. Hopefully it'll settle down. Looks interesting. Not ringing any bells. Pretty unique pattern. Gosh, I wish it would settle down. It's really hard to see the patterning in detail on the wings when it's quivering like that. I don't recognize the dark stripe going across the mid-wing like that. And the pattern out near the tip of the wings is interesting. I wonder if this couldn't be one of the morphs of the orbed narrowwing. A migrant from South Central America and the Caribbean that we get here at this time of the year sometimes. We've seen a few on the stream this autumn. I think that's a good possibility, actually. Just it's a very variable species, orb narrowwing. It's also known as variable narrowwing. And as I mentioned, it's a species that breeds in the northern parts of South America, and it breeds throughout the Caribbean and also in Central America. And then for some reason in late summer, some stray north throughout the US and into southern Canada. But it's generally considered a great rarity here, but I've had good luck seeing usually multiple individuals every autumn. Here's some of the caddisflies that are on the sheet. Larger one over here. Pretty distinctive pattern. I don't remember the names of these. This one will easily be able to put a name on it. This one here is much smaller. There's an ichneumon wasp over here. Let's take a look at that. Could be in the genus Ophion, O-P-H-I-O-N, Ophion. Let me know if you're having trouble hearing me. I think the sound is okay, but just let me know if I'm sounding muffled. Sound is great. Thank you, Ginger. I see there's another moth over here. This is Zestia dolosa. Pretty worn individual. It's been one of our commonest large moths. Oh, look who's here. This could be the same individual. And interesting. I'm pretty sure this is actually the orbed narrowwing. Very interesting pattern. Very unusual to see the juxtaposition of the spots and the lines and the shading. Most of the ones we've seen, I think we've seen 3 or 4 this autumn. I've had a large white spot at the apex of the wings. This one just has a bit of a white crescent there. But I kind of recognize the shape. And the complex pattern on the wings is, I'm sure this is the orbed narrowwing. Nice. Probably the same individual we chased over on the other side of the sheet. It looks like exactly the same pattern. But with this species, no 2 individuals are alike, in my experience. Not that I see a huge number of them, but as I say, a few every autumn. Another caddisfly. This looks like one of the species we saw on the sheet there. Well, it was worth doing a moth check just to see this orb narrowing. Even if we don't see anything else, which seems a possibility. Just checking on the shingles here. There's another moth flying around here. I think it's another Zestia dolosa. Here it is, Zestia dolosa. You'll find on these cool nights when you do see moths, a lot of them are shivering like this. Try to keep their muscles warmed up. Getting ready to lift off. Beautiful pattern there on the front of the thorax. Here's a crane fly, a nice pattern in the wings. He got displaced. On the side of the sheet here we have Zestia dolosa down here. Not sure who that is in there. Oh, here's a looper. This would be either common or soybean looper. Looks like common looper. The pale stigma in the middle of the wings there is almost fluorescent. What is this? Oh, here's a nice ichneumon wasp. Look at the pattern on this. Look at the beautiful antenna. It's a female, and they have a banded antenna like this. You know you're looking at a female. And just a study in black and white with nice white bands on the legs. White spot in the center of the thorax. Very large group of wasps, the ichneumons. Thousands of species in North America. Many undescribed species still. Remember those bands of tissue on the sheet are 11 millimeters wide. So from the head to the tip of the abdomen, looks like it's about 20 millimeters on this individual. Of course, the antenna add a lot more. Take a look from the other side. It's a midge for comparison. I don't think there's any white on the abdomen. I think the abdomen is pretty solid dark. Hard to tell. The wings seem fairly dark, and they're folded over the abdomen, so they might be obscuring any pale marks. Anyway, very nice ichneumon wasp. Other caddisfly. It's like the same species as up here. And here's our orb narrowing again. He just walked. Here he is. Same pattern, probably the same individual. Just go and check. No, it's not the same individual. Look at that. This one's still here. Oh, that's amazing. Two orb narrowings. Considering how few moths there are here tonight, it's pretty amazing that two of them are southern migrants, vagrants. And they both seem to be both the same pattern. And it's kind of an unfamiliar pattern. I'll have to look back through all the photos. I pretty much photographed every orb narrowing I've seen, and as I mentioned earlier, anywhere from 2 to 6 or 7 per season. Yeah, early birthday present. Right on. It's a nice view of a caddisfly. Oh, here's a moth. What is this going to be? It's like a beetle here. Oh, it's a leafhopper, sorry. It's not a leafhopper, I'm sorry. I mean spittlebug. It's my big day tomorrow, Kim. 39 years old. Plus 30. Yeah, I've celebrated a lot of 39th birthdays. You got it, Dan. Just confuse them. I'm going to have to learn the name of this caddisfly. It seems to be the default caddisfly right now. Oh, this is the one we saw fluttering earlier. This is American Idea. Dan, you had a praying mantis in your house. Wow. Yeah, I just realized we have both Dans are here now. I said hi to Descanso Dan, and hello to Clovis Dan, otherwise known as DNT, Dan number 2. I've got a piece of duct tape over top of my clock, so I'm not sure how we're doing time-wise. So let me go beyond 25 minutes. Okay, we still have 5 minutes left. See if I can find something else here. In addition to starting the moth check 2 earlier, I thought we would just say that it was going to be a 30-minute check. We've been trying to put in an hour during the summer, but it's kind of hard to do now with so few moths. So we'll just plan on 8:30 to 9 o'clock Atlantic time, which is 7:30 to 9. I mean 7:30 to 8 Eastern time. I see Liam's name there. Hi, Liam. That's another ichneumon wasp. Do a final check over here on the shingles to the right of the sheet. Our orb narrowing is still here. But I don't see anything else. Nothing else. What was Liam trying to do there, Alyssa? Hey, Liam. How's it going, Liam? Trying to disconnect you. All right, I don't see anything else here. We'll check on the light fixture. I see there's a caddisfly there. Same common species again. And another one just came in. Our great old coal lamp. Our meadow spittlebug is still here. Not making much headway. Don't see any leafhoppers whatsoever tonight. This is surprising, but there's a midge. There are a few midges tonight, but not many. And a final look up here. I hear a warbler overhead. First one I've heard this evening. I wandered into the forest behind our house this afternoon and got distracted by mushrooms. I was looking at a lot of mushrooms, but there were still quite a few warblers in the forest. I must have seen 8 or 9 species of warblers this afternoon. That's a cochillid moth of some kind, but not sure the species. The commonest warbler today actually was a blackpoll warbler, which is a migrant here from the north. It's a northern warbler. They breed right up to the tree line, the edge of the tree line. And there were Nashville and magnolia, lots of yellow rumped. Northern parula, black-throated green warbler. I think I counted 8 species. All right, well, I think we've pretty much covered the sheet a few times now. That ichneumon is still there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, we did a moth check, even though we didn't have much to look at. But at least we had a couple of orb narrowings, which were a treat. Take a look at the moon again. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I really appreciate it. And I see I've gone a couple of minutes over time, so please hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Ginger and Alyssa, thank you so much. Serpentina, thank you for being here. I didn't know you were here. Thanks so much. Good night, Dan. Dan and Clovis, and Dan and Descanso. JB and Chloe, thanks so much. We'll see you again soon. Kim, thanks a million for being here. Hope we can do more moth checks soon. Ronnie, thanks so much. I'll see you all tomorrow on the stream. Morales, good night. Thank you. My pleasure. Good night, Ryan. Have a great night. Glad you enjoyed it, Dan. See you all soon. Bye-bye. Well, I'll say goodnight to Liam, even if he won't say goodnight to us. Good night, Liam. Leonard, good night to you. I'm sorry I forgot to say good night to you if you're still there. Thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully we'll have more moths for you to look at next time. All the best. See you soon. Bye-bye.